Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Trade Ideas Pre-Market Show for Wednesday, May the 13th. My name is Barry Anderson, moderator of your trading room. Thank you, Starkey. So in the main room, you guys can hear me, see my screen, and thank you very much, Pepe. In our YouTube room, so we're good to go now. I just want to look at Walk. Did you guys watch Walk? Did you watch Walk at the towards the end of the day yesterday? How it had the massive move up again. In fact, what did it get up to? Got up to 11.85. We're now back down to $1. All right, William. So the only beat raises are DS and VSH. Okay. A bit of a disaster here, guys. WIX. WIX is an earnings play. And yeah, WIX is an earnings play. And this is not a lifetime low, but it's certainly getting towards. Let's take a look at a monthly chart. Where could this thing go? The next low looking left. Well, I don't know where that is. So this could be, I mean, it's already down 25%. So that is Wix. I'm going to definitely thumbnail that one. That's okay. Don't mind my misspelling of my name all my life. Doesn't matter. So that's Wix, WIX. So the little ones on the way up here. Okay, the Fitness Champs. Okay, FCHL, Singaporean stock, lots and lots of volume, low float, and that is FCHL. Want to see if there's any news. I doubt there's any news in this one. Just one of these low floaters that captured the attention of somebody, and now everybody's in it or trying to trade it. This one, nice move again. AEHL, wow, 39%. Had a nice day yesterday and a nicer one so far today, taking out the high of 3 days ago. That is AEHL. All right, EXFY, what is this one doing? Just over $1 now. EXFY, just over $1 now. And okay, so Expensify commences modified Dutch auction tender offer for $25 million of shares. All right. At a price not less than 98 cents. When I read that, I thought it said 8 cents. 98 cents and not greater than $1.20. So there's your Dutch auction. These are probably the same, NBIG and NBIL. I'm guaranteed. What are they? They are the NBIS. Oh, that's wow. Okay, Dan's going to be happy. He's in this NBIS. So NBIS has a big move. Wow, a huge move. Look at this move. 17%. I don't know. I think Dan is definitely in this one. So another big move for NBIS. So you got a couple of two ETFs. What's the volume like? So there's 840,000 on that one. And so they're about the same. So if you thought NBIS was going to continue higher, you could either buy one of these two. They're about the same in terms of, they're both 2 times, and they're about the same in terms of the volume right now. So, and they're about the same. Yeah, the other one, NBIG is a little cheaper. Yeah, so a little bit cheaper, 26,000 or $26. VNet, not an earnings play, not a low float either. Big move, 25%. Oh, okay, okay. VNet shares rise on deal to sell shares to new investors. Okay. China-based data center provider. There's a cheap earnings play, guys. It's EOS, EOSE, cheap earnings play, up 19%. Pretty big float, third of a billion in the float. So big float. Well, if MU is high this morning, how's SMH doing? Was that the one day the one day sell off? Yeah, the one day sell off for the semis. I'm sure Intel is up now too. INTC. Mm-hmm. Right, let's take a look at the major sectors. So yeah, so SMH top sector right now after the big down day yesterday, and the worst one, home builders. XHB. Where's silver? Yeah, not tremendous. There it is. Silver is modestly positive right now. But yeah, so the semis today, they're having a recovery from yesterday's shellacking. Here's another one. Gilt guys, Gilat Satellite Networks in out of Israel. This is an earnings play, and it's getting hammered also. Uh, it's not a big float, 39 million in the float. Not a lot of volume yet, but GILT moving down on earnings. Take a look at a monthly chart. So the next low looking left is 1467. I don't think it's retail. I mean, I'm looking at this is GILT, not GIL. This is well, at least this is what it says: broadband satellite communication and networking solutions and services out of Israel. DS, no joy. Hey, did you mean a stock DS? Well, 16 cents. Huh, okay. I think you're thinking of the other Gilead or Gilead. I don't know how to pronounce it. I think you are. Oh no, you're not thinking of that. So here's Gildan Active in Canada. Anyway, it's gil.cat. Okay, active wear. It's Jill. Actually, is it's GIL. It actually is GIL. Okay. I think that's what you're talking about, GIL. Okay, I think that's what you're talking about, GIL, not GILT. Anyway, it's not an earnings play, so traded one share so far. Every time we think this walk is done, it has a little jump. So let's this looks to me like a Poe special. If Poe's in the room yet right now. Look at this. I mean, remember, this is where it closed at 663, but after hours, it got up to $11. Ridiculous, of course, but now Wix, guys, WIX. Here's another decent earning. Well, decent. When I say decent, I mean it's up. VELO is an earnings play. Oh, I don't know. I'm not saying. I'm just saying it's surprising how it does bounce. I'm not saying. I mean, already it's bounced. It's gone from 90 odd cents to $1.20. So that's a pretty big percentage bounce already. See if they did a fine. I don't think they did, but let's see if they did actually a financing of some sort. No. But, I mean, the low in the pre-market looks like around 91 cents. So that's a great percentage bounce already. All right. So Hymex, this is the previous AI alerts. You can see the little buy flags right there. Buy, a couple of days in a row from our AI. Yesterday's high was around 2190. So there's room for this. I'm sorry. That is yesterday's candle. So it's above yesterday's high. Of course, it's above yesterday's close. And that is Hymex, HIMX. Ooh, we got something's going on here. I can't duplicate this window. I'm getting an error message. Aha. Only on the interesting. I cannot duplicate this window. I'm sure Pepe would love to hear that. Cannot duplicate this window because it's the browser interface window. Getting this little message, URL not found. However, when I try to duplicate the non-browser, the legacy, no problem. So there's an issue going on. Let me just do a reset my connection. Well, John, I can't speak for Obi. I know you asked that question, but I mean, certainly we have This right here, the pre-market active is up. You could expand the list, and at 4 o'clock, well, 4 o'clock Eastern anyway. That's when we start getting our data. And I don't know if Obi's getting it from it, but certainly this list is available starting at 4 a.m. Eastern time. And you could expand it. I'm only looking at the top 6 up and down, but you could certainly expand the list if you wanted to. If I wanted to, I'll uncheck. So see, I have a record count of only 6 here. But if I put, 50, I'm going to see 50 stocks in here, okay? The ones that are up the most, I just have to sort on the change from the close. So I don't know what, I can't speak for Obi, but I mean, you can certainly use trade ideas to find, like, if you call this a hot list. And I'm sharing this. I'm sharing my pre-market actives up and down. You just have to expand the list if you want to. Boy, Poet is now, boy, what a run it's been on. I know this was $7, so it's basically doubled in about a week and a half, and that is Poet. And the market is, right at the VWAP right now. All right, guys, just sort of tinkering with my layout a little bit this morning. So the RCAX, let's see if this is an earnings play. This is not an earnings play. And this is the 2-time RCAT. So RCAT is just getting thumped this morning. So is RCAT an earnings play? I don't see it here, but RCAT will be down. Well, I know I wouldn't see it here. RCAT will be down about 15%, the stock. So is it an earnings play? And the answer is no, it is not an earnings play. So RCAT is down. Yeah, I don't see any reason for that. This is a big drop, though. RCAT is a big drop down. I don't see, it's not an earnings play. Had earnings on the 7th, but that was last week. So don't know why RCAT is down so much. It's a drone play. Now I know why. They're doing a financing, guys, at 940. 23.9 million shares priced at 940. So that is the reason for RCAT being down, and it's right at the financing price. Usually always a reason, and that was the reason. So a financing for RCAT. Oh yeah. Would I consider shorting a 2-time ETF if no? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, the reason it's a little more elegant, I suppose, if there is a short ETF, and plus there are people out there that can't short, maybe in their whatever account they're or they are against shorting in their head. But yeah, as long as there's plenty of volume, sure. Just treat it like a stock. All right, so WIX, definitely keeping an eye on this one. Want to see if this, actually, I better a little more detail about this one. Where is the next low on a monthly chart? All right, 56.17 is the next low that I can see on the monthly chart, and that was back in July of 2022, so not quite 4 years ago. Okay, quite 4 years ago. Though that is the next low on a monthly chart anyway for WIX. Boy, this has been on a tear also. No, this actually I'm wrong. It's not, I'm thinking of another one, but SLS, look at the volume, big float, 185 million, another big move with that sort of a float, 20% SLS earnings play. Yeah, it's one of the good ones. So what William is saying is, if you thought Micron was going to go lower today, basically back at its all-time high, right there is your all-time high for Micron, MU. I mean, remember when the sky was falling for Micron? About right here, I think. Right about here was it's on that beautiful move. I think it had earnings. I think this at one point was the all-time high, and then it went from 468 down to, this is in less than 2 weeks, down to 305, and then since then, all the way up on a weekly chart for Micron. So mud, okay. So if you thought, as William is saying, how much is mud? Mud is $16. So yeah, and it's plenty of volume and the spread is okay. Yeah. So if you thought it's only a one timer, but as William is saying, so if Micron moves down 1%, this will move up 1%. Okay. So it's not a two timer, but still a way cheaper way to play it if you thought Micron was going to give it up. Really? Okay, let's take a look at snapback. America 250 is saying, I know that's UPJ, right? Um, there's the VWAP. Okay, so watch what I do, 162. Okay, so here's the tree map that I've got. So the first thing you do is you right click and you uncheck the show tree map so you can see your top list window. Okay, so uncheck the tree map, and here's my top list window that the tree map is based on. Next step, go into it, right click on it, and when you see time frame, and then you see where it says set record count, here's where you can set the number of stocks you want to see. So I've got 6 right here. You can change it to whatever number you want. Okay, are we good? I'll do it again if I went too fast. So again, show the tree map, uncheck it, then you're going to see your top list window that is based on. Right click, put a time frame, and then set record count. And here's how you can set how many you want to actually see. All right, guys, we have 30 seconds till the 9:30 open, and I will not be interrupted today. And today's Wednesday, so I'm going to check to see whether Dan is going to do his thing at noon Eastern time. All right, guys, we're now open for business. So let's. Walk just got wow. Yeah, well, it is bouncing. WOK just got halted again, guys. This is just, you know, a trading vehicle. Look at this. So it's halted at 138, potential open at 143. Again, this blue window that you're seeing here, this is nothing to do with trade ideas and everything to do with Interactive Brokers. This is the Interactive Brokers time and sales. And there's your halt. There's your halt price, and that column is trying to show you where it could open. Typically, they are 5-minute halts. No, they didn't do a. They did not do an offering that I can see, Poe. Well, Wix is moving down, guys. I mean, this is definitely moving down. Well, definitely. I mean, it's moving down as we speak. QC, I don't know that one at all. QUCY, that is a symbol. I don't know. I don't know this at all. The Robinhood Quantum Cyber. Wow, a lot of volume. Never heard of it. I haven't really a lot of volume. That's all I can say. Quantum Cyber. So out of Germany, Quantum Cyber secures exclusive autonomous drone license. That's our news for it. I typically don't see any of these. Is this a pink sheet stock? No, it's not a pink sheet stock. Doesn't look like. No, it's. Velo on the move, guys. This is an earnings play. VELO is an earnings play. The next high looking left on a monthly chart is way up here at 24. So on a monthly chart anyway, there's a room. On that daily, weekly chart, 2380. So there's room. There is, no, I'm getting ahead of myself. No, there's another high at 2150. So there's about $1.50 to the next high anyway on the weekly chart for Velo. A lot of volume just came in. So this is an earnings play, and this is getting hammered down on earnings. TLSI for the Wix. For the Wix, you're talking about the Wix. I went back to 2022 to see that next low. I think it was July or something. So what are we right now? 54.30. Okay, so right there is 53.12. Okay, and before that, I mean, you got to go way back, like way back. I don't even know if you'll. I mean, I'm in 2021 now. Got to go way back, like way back. I don't even know if I'm gonna. Well, it's not a lifetime low. I mean, I'm back to 2018 now, so maybe 55.80. No, even that. We're below that. 50.90. Okay, 50.90. So that is back in 2017, December of 2017. So that's way, way back there. Man, almost 10 years ago. So walk opened. Okay, so Velo had the big pop all the way up to 20, and then it fell right back down to 18 and a half or so, right, but into the VWAP. Wix making another new low. I'm sorry, that's Burke. Well, on a weekly chart, this gilt down to 14.22. That is the next low. So there is still room underneath, but $1.50 to that next low. Not saying it's going to get there, of course, but well, I was trying to break a rule, guys, but I couldn't get it where I wanted. I was trying to, I don't like trading in the first 15, but I just liked what I saw with his gilt, and but I didn't get it where I wanted it. I'm not going to chase it now. I was trying to short this GILT. Yeah, I thought about taking this one early, but I didn't. The WIX. So I was waiting to see if it had that little pop up here to 58, and I thought, okay, maybe it's going to continue. So I decided to back off. You can ask questions now if I right now, Neil. Now the Apex subscription, that is the premium. Okay, that's what I'm gonna call the premium. Okay, yeah, Core and Apex. Yeah, go ahead, ask questions. All right. How about this one? PSNL. I'm always interested in the ones that are just over a whole number. And PSNL. The next high looking left is 8. Is it really 821 on the weekly chart anyway, or 840? So there is eight, call it 820. Okay. So there's certainly room. Whoa, AEHL guys is just making a huge move here. And on that weekly chart, ton of room, $10. Is that right? No, 341 at 341 is the next high. Let's put a price alert right around there. See if it takes that out, because then traders are going to be looking at this, that weekly high way up there. Yeah, you can come into the main room, Neil, okay? It's a lot zippier, okay? YouTube has about a 7 or 8 second delay and that they impose that. So if you want to come into the main room, it's, there's more traders in there also, and it's free. So just in case you do want to, here's the link to get in. Okay, so if you click on that link, yeah, I'm going to show you. Click on the link, and you see where it scroll down a bit, and you see where it says trading room right here, more info. Okay, just click on that. It's free, but there's way more action in this room. Okay. Oh, look at the PSNL now. I just talked about it, just over 7. We'll sign up. You just have to create an email or something like that, and a username. But it's not. It's still free though. Now, Wolf. Okay, I thought maybe Wolf was an earnings play, but it is not. Look at Wolf, another one that is. Oh, last month this was a $13 stock at the low, or $14 or $15 stock at the low. We're only May 13th, so in a month and a half, less than a month and a half, this has gone from 15 to 71. And this might be the biggest percentage move for the semis. Wolfspeed rallies again as Citrini. I don't know who Citrini is, but maybe he's got some power. Research firm Citrini. Don't know them at all, but describe Wolfspeed as the platonic ideal of a company. All right. All right. So our opening, a few bars on the SPY, kind of weakening a bit. All right, FCHL, which has won 5 races, the pullback, and now it's through the VWAP again. Okay, through the VWAP again, and let's see. Looks like the next high looking left on that weekly chart is 365. So certainly there is room, and it's a low float, a lot of volume. I don't see any news on it. I'm just looking at my headline news in Interactive Brokers. I don't see any news on it. Now I'm looking at our AI today, guys, and where our AI has been pretty good over the last few days are on these earnings plays, but not shorting them. Okay, um, we had some. I mean, the AI is looking at a short on this one, but I'm hoping we get another AI alert on an earnings play that just well kind of does what I think what was it, the Ampex or something like that did yesterday. It was AMBQ. AMBQ was just an awesome alert basically for the whole day. So I'd like to see, and that was an earnings play yesterday. How's it doing today? AMBQ. How's it doing today? So it's having a drop today, but it was an awesome earnings play yesterday. Look what it did. I mean, it closed right at the high of the day. I mean, you can't get any better than that. So when you say an empty box, you mean nothing is like if that were empty, I'm pointing at my large cap gainers. You mean there's nothing happening in it? Is that what you mean? Like an empty box? You have to start it perhaps also, but is that what you mean by an empty box? For instance, I'm just pointing it here. So I have symbols in here, but you're saying yours is empty because the easy way to find out is just right click and open the top list and see if there are any symbols in here in your top list. Maybe there's nothing meeting your filter requirements. Like right here, there's only one stock. Here there are a lot of stocks, of course. Okay, so that's what I would do. I would just right click on in your race and open the top list and just see if there are any stocks in there. Okay. Hmm. So I haven't noticed that. I've not noticed that because I don't minimize this at all. I don't minimize anything, but now if it's red like this, if it were red to start, don't you might have to start the race also. I'm talking to Ozzy. You might have to start the race by hitting the left arrow or the right arrow. Right now it's a square, of course. No, 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 no. But your race is launched from a top list window, Ozzy. Your race is launched from a top list window. You don't have to. You don't have to have like the top list. In the dock, if that's what you mean. Your race is launched from a top list window. Right click, open the top list. So you don't have to have this top list in the dock somewhere. But when you right, but it, when you right click in your race, are there any symbols in the top list window? Because remember, all races start from a top list window. So right click and then launch this real time stock race. So I don't have to have this displayed anywhere. My top list. I don't have to have it displayed anywhere. But do me a favor, just right click in your race and open the top list and see if there are any stocks there. Oh boy. So Velo, so what did it do? It got up to $20, came all the way back down to 17. And now maybe it's settling down a bit. It's 9:49. So now is my time to start maybe looking for things. I do not like to trade in the first 15. Yeah, tell me what happens when you right click on your in the race and then open the top list. Tell me what happens. Maybe there are no symbols in there. Maybe whatever filters you've got are preventing stocks from showing up. Well, the market was mildly positive to start. Well, if you're more of a swing trader, the AI is more of a day trading vehicle. Okay, that's what the AI looks like. Okay, the AI capabilities. I mean, basically, this is it. Okay, you'll get nothing happens until at least 9:40. Okay, that's the earliest you'll get an alert, and then you'll get the alert. And how you trade it, if you trade it, of course, is going to be up to you. Okay, you don't have to get in right at the entry. You can click on the symbol and see if you like what you see on the chart. Fine, you have a stop, and so how you trade it, if you trade it, is up to you. That's basically the AI in a nutshell. Okay. There's nothing more to do. You can't adjust this. You just wait for the alerts to happen. And again, I'm repeating myself, but how you trade it, if you trade these, is up to you. Yeah, no kidding on the walk. Now, you will not see how the AI is picking. Okay, the strategies that the AI have are proprietary, so you're not going to see the filters or anything like that. But you can sort of look at quick, and the AI probably looked at maybe this is a bit of a topping play. Personally, I don't care how it's picking them. Okay, I just want to see where the alerts are, and then I figure out if I want to trade them. If that makes sense. Yeah, the long AI, it's just that it's hard to, you just don't know when a stock is showing up. But I also want to show you this. If you are more of a swing trader, you can also look at, we have a swing channel. Okay. If you click on new and then dock channel bar and then click on show more, if you're more of a swing trader, we have swing picks right down here. Okay. Swing picks, and you'll see there's a little blurb about there's usually 5 a week. And you'll get this before the market, or I don't know if you get it Sunday morning or Monday morning before the market opens. Sunday morning, Sunday evening, but here they are this week. There's an outline of why they're in here, and a potential entry and a stop. Okay, so if you're more of a swing trader, you might want to take a look at this one. Yeah, there is something going on here with the charts. They're, at least on my end. The browser-based charts. So what you're seeing, so what the what is it called again? The premium service. What you see here, everything I'm displaying is part of the standard service. The big addition is the AI. That's why people will want to take the premium service to have access to the AI. There is back testing. Yes, you can back test, but I don't back test. But you can back test. You can take your own strategy, and then you can back test it. using the backtesting tool. There's a whole section in their user guide on it. I don't backtest at all, but some do, not many. Okay, guys, FCHL, interesting to me now. It's over the whole number. Over the whole number, FCHL, over the whole number. Where are you? Right there. Won 5 races so far. Ah, I'm not allowed to trade it at Interactive Brokers. It's one of those ones they're not going to let me trade. Well, we'll see if that's a good thing. Well, they're closed at the end of the day, okay? But you know, if here's VNet as an example, okay? So the alert was at 11:54. It's at 12. If you looked at VNet and at the end of the day, it's still, you know, it may be closed near the high of the day, and you look left and you think it's got some room, of course you could say to yourself, okay, I'm going to hold it. Okay? It's not being technically the AI today is going to get it at every trade at 355, but it doesn't mean you have to. Okay? Ah, that's too bad. Well, now I'm going to be a little ticked off at Interactive Brokers. There is no performance record. The reason being is that, just like, as I've said, people will trade this. You know, there's all sorts of different ways to trade these, of course, and it all depends on your trading style. I mean, look at VNet as an example. Okay, if you got in at 11:54, and then you know you were able to, you know, you didn't get rattled anywhere else, and you kept holding this. Some might hold it. Some may get rattled and sell some off. You know, so it really depends on your trading style, and so there's no record of how the AI does, because it has to be traded manually. You know, here's an example. I mean, look at Quick. So the alert was to short it at 21.47. Okay, it got down to 20.57, which is about $1. Now it's come back up. So would you, you know, if you're any sort of a trader, you probably be looking at that VWAP and saying, okay, you know what, this VWAP may hold it as support, so I'm going to get rid of some anyway. But if you don't, if you just sort of, you know, don't manage your trades by looking at a chart and looking at potential support areas and resistance areas, you know, that's the way to maximize the AI. Unfortunately, it's not just something. I mean, I know people. What people really want, I understand, is just to be able to take every trade, hold them to the end of the day, and make money. It just won't work that way. You know, the other thing to do, if you know, you can see I've got a wave here on my chart. You know, I really for me, if I were in this one, I'd be still in this one. I'd probably take some off around this area as it tried to, one of those, as the bars tried to penetrate the wave. But I'd still be in this trade and just riding the wave. Well, I just use for me, this is just a watch list. Okay, it's a watch list. It doesn't mean I don't take every trade. Some days I don't take anything. Some days what I'm waiting for are the re-entries. When a stock gets stopped out and then hits. So this one, I'm not saying it's going to work, but the alert was at 261, a very pretty tight stop, 253, and then it came halfway. It came halfway back between the entry and the stop at 257. That gave you an opportunity to take it again or for the first time. So I'm going to be watching this. It's still underneath that stop price or that second, but I will be watching this later. So that's how I use it. There's no hard and fast way that, well, this is the way to use it. So I'll put a price alert up here at 258 and just see if it takes it out later. Okay, so now it's at that price. I will say this, I mean, it's pretty choppy. It's not my ideal. And also the next high looking left is 265. So you see right there, if I get this, well, if you get the alert at 261, okay, I'm not taking that trade right off the bat, just because, I mean, right there is a 265. Yes, it popped above it. So you could have made money. You could have made money. A little bit of money, but not a lot. Yeah, this is pretty unbelievable, isn't it? Walk again, and now. Boy, if there was ever a FOMO stock right now, this is it, guys, because now here's the VWAP up here, 235, okay? 235 is the VWAP. All right, guys, it is now 10:02, so I'm going to go over my homepage right now. So I don't know if that's answered all your questions fully, Neil, but I don't know what trading experience you have also. Whoa, this is a lifetime low, guys. CAI is a lifetime low. It's not an earnings play, but this is a lifetime low. Very interested in this one. It's underneath 15, the whole number, and it's a lifetime low. So there's no support. I mean, it doesn't mean it's going to go to zero, but I mean, there was no support in terms of chart support being a lifetime low. How can I tell? Because my single stock window, lifetime range, minus 2.8%. So it's going to go to my homepage right now, but I'm going to wait. I want to wait and see if this one really starts to give up 15. Yeah, it did hit 1190 after hours, Baba, and then we'll wake up this morning and it's under $1. Okay, guys, I'm trying to short the CAI. Lots and lots of shares available. It is down more than 10%. That must be the block or something because it's not filling me. I went in right at 1489 and held it there for about 15 seconds. But it is down more than 10%. So that uptick rule is in effect. But I thought that, well, you know what? I'm very glad I didn't get it. So it just popped over 15 again. So I'll put a price alert back underneath 15 and see if it takes it out again. When you say who picks them, well, there's an email that you get, and it outlines, why each individual one is being chosen. It's a little bit of I don't know. I have nothing. I'm not a swing trader. I don't know how they get picked exactly. I don't know what scans they're using. Okay, to find them, but in the email, it's usually there's an outline. It's not just this stock. Here's a potential entry, and here's a. Are you a subscriber? I guess I have to ask that question. Are you a subscriber now? Oh, okay. So when you get the email, to show you what it looks like. Well, you don't get the email if you're a subscriber. It's part of your standard service. So okay, so they look at here's Lunar as an example. Okay, so there's a little blurb about it, why it's interesting, prior resistance flip to substantial support, etc. Okay, so there's a whole blurb about it with a potential entry and a potential stop. Okay, so that's what you're getting. Ah, now I'm mad at Interactive Brokers not allowing me to buy FCHL. Well, this walk, okay, walk is halted again. It's already had 6 halts. It had about 20 yesterday. What will happen here at 235? That is the VWAP. Now I'm going to go over my homepage. So if I were you and you're looking to be more of a swing trader, I would probably just start off with our standard service and take a look at that swing channel. Okay. And, I'm sharing a lot of my own scans that you can take a look at. I wouldn't necessarily jump right into a premium. No, I wanted to buy it. I wanted to buy FCHL. It's one of those stocks that they, some of the brokers don't let you buy these, some of these crazy stocks. They're trying to protect you from yourself. And FCHL was at least an IB. That's not for every broker. But at Interactive Brokers, they said, nope, we're only going to let you sell it if you're already in it, but we're not going to let you buy it. I don't even know if there were shares available to short. Probably not. Yeah, actually there were. It's 1,300, but they wouldn't let me buy it. I'm sure IB is going to have to make a change because Think or Swim. allows you, they do the same thing, but they allow you to January 1st for at the beginning of the year, you can contact them and say, listen, I'll sign this waiver. I know you don't want me to buy certain stocks, but I'll sign a waiver forgiving you if I lose all my money. Okay. I guess you have to do it once a year. IB doesn't do that yet. That's what I mean. Well, but you don't want to have to call in an order though, Alex, right? Because it'll take too long. What Obi says though is you can get a sort of an exemption for the whole year by somehow contacting them. I don't know if you have to phone somebody or you can do it by like filling out a form or something. Okay. But I guess you just have to do that, and then that covers you for the year. So you don't have the you don't have to do that. I have no idea. I'm not. You're gonna have to ask Obi. I don't have Thinkorswim. Well, I don't know what you mean by a system. Okay, 162. If you're looking for like a plug and play system that just plug something in and you're going to make money, no. Well, but we do backtest. You can backtest your own strategy. So if you create something that you thought might be good, you backtest it, and you'll see what the equity curve looks like. You can backtest it for the last 3 months. You see what the equity curve looks like. Basically, what it does is it says, okay, if I took every single alert that I got over the last 3 months in this particular strategy, what would have happened? So you can certainly backtest. So if that's what you're calling a system, you could develop a system like that. Yes. So Obi said he did it via live support chat and the TOS client. Okay, again, my homepage. So if you want to take out a subscription right now, you can get 15% off the first month only of a subscription, and or the entire year, of course. 15% off the first month only or the entire year of a subscription. Doesn't matter whether you're picking our standard service or our premium service, okay? All I ask is this: if you're going to take out a subscription sometime in the future, please use my promo code. Helps to keep these rooms free. I'm moderating 2 trading rooms, and the company tracks the use of the promo code. So if they see my code being used enough, they don't mind keeping these rooms free. So if you're sitting in YouTube right now, wondering what I'm talking about in terms of rooms, there is another room, the trading room right here. Okay. It is free also. And there's a lot more interaction with traders. It's easier to post links and things like, well, you can't post any links in YouTube. Also, this room is open at 6:45 a.m. Eastern time. Obi does that. Thank you, Obi. He opens it up at 6:45 a.m. Eastern time. So if you're looking to get in a room that where the pre-market action is, you can come into this room. I don't open it. I live in Vancouver, so a little early for me. I get on the mic for both rooms at around sometime between 9 and 9:15. Okay. And if you keep scrolling down a little bit, you can get the trade of the week. The trade of the week is free. Okay. You'll get it before the market opens Monday morning. You'll get an email and it'll basically outline, okay, here's why it has been chosen and a potential entry and a potential stop. And it is free, the trade of the week. Education. So if you click on my homepage link, if you're wondering about taking this program or if you are just subscribing, this is a mandatory thing to do. Click on the education and getting started with trade ideas. So that's the mandatory part. If you're just taking out a subscription, mandatory that you do this, okay? 12 short videos to get you started. If you don't have the program though, I would start off with the second video, go to the end, should give you an idea about the capabilities of the program so that you can always try us for a month. If you don't like it, just unsubscribe. And if you're new to trading, this is for you. Okay, we have 15 free videos if you're new to trading. And last, if you're looking for my scans, etc., and you've clicked on my homepage link, scroll down a little bit, and here they are. View the scans. So these are the two races that I've got. Okay, these are the two races: the large cap and the more volatile race. Okay, is this one. And here's Halts Resume. So that's all I'm displaying right now. I have other scans, of course, that I'm currently sharing, but I don't have them. Actually, I do have this one up and running now, up down 25 cents. But I'm sharing these scans. I don't have them up and running myself, but you can certainly take a look at them. This is what I use in the pre-market. The pre-market act is up and down. Okay, so if you have both rooms are support rooms, but they're also trading rooms, but they're also support rooms. So I do my best to answer questions all day long. Yeah, so Barath, the money machine is something that is still in test. It's something that has been tested for over a year now. I don't even know. It's almost I think July of, am I right? July of 2024, maybe. That's when it started, the testing of it. I don't go over it because I don't display it. In fact, though, today, I'm sure Dan is going to display it. I'll leave this up to Dan because he's always showing the potential new things that are being added. But it's still in test mode. You cannot trade it live. And when I say Dan Merkin, the CEO of Trade Ideas. So Wednesday between 12 and 1, typically he starts his own YouTube stream. And I'll put the link in, of course. And he'll talk a lot about the money machine. Not really. There's nobody. The phone work is all accounting, okay? But back testing. Well, so are you talking about then seeing stocks at the end of the day that you want to maybe take going forward? But you want to back test them? I mean, you can create your own. So it depends what you mean by your own end of day strategies. You can create a your own symbol list, a watch list of stocks that you want to follow and back test those, if that's what you mean. So I mean, if you're truly interested in back testing, yeah, you need our premium service. The main reason people take our premium service, though, usually is for the AI. But I mean, there are people out there that are totally into back testing. So it looks like Walk went through the it actually got through the VWAP. What's an example of your own end of day strategies, Neil? Give me an idea about what to see whether or not Trade Ideas can construct the scan for you. Just give me an idea about what you're looking for an end of day strategy. All right, AIIO. So this is another one that has had a great run. Look at that, 59 cents 5 days ago. I would not use a market order. You never know what fill you might get, on this. But how quickly is it being halted? I mean, this so it resumed at 10:17. Okay, then it got halted. So you had a minute. You had a minute to get it if you wanted it. The last time got halted at 10:17, and then at plus 3 seconds got halted at 10:18 plus 38 seconds. So you did have a chance to get it the last time. Well, that's up to you. I mean, in a fast moving stock, I don't know what the spread was like. There's no hard and fast answer to something like that unusual. Depends what the spread was like too. Was it? I wasn't following it in terms of the spread, so if it was a penny, then you could just go and mark it. If you truly want it. I mean, right now it's hard. I don't know what the spread is. It's still halted, but okay, we can't do any of that. Okay, we can't use 10 years of market data. I don't know where you're getting all that. Yeah, we could not do something like that. Okay, so that might answer your question right off the bat. Okay, I'm just looking through all that. That I don't know where that's coded from, but so if that is something that you absolutely need, then we can't help you. Okay, just to be clear about that. Okay, this may not be the program for you. All right, now CAI. I wanted to short that one earlier, and that's the one that popped up on me. I got all the way up to 15.29, but now it is back under 15. This is an all-time low. So now I'm getting interested again in shorting this. Yeah, see, Trade Ideas, the reason when Trade Ideas started, I'm a consult. Well, I guess I'm a I don't work for Trade Ideas. Okay, give me a moment here. And I'm only saying that because when Trade Ideas started in 2003, they had a decision to make. Do we force people to learn a programming language in order to create a scan, or do we try to create enough different real-time alerts and different filters so that for the majority of people, they could find a way to combine them to give them the type of scan they're looking for? Okay. So, for instance, so these are all the real-time alerts we've got. Right at the very top, new high of the day, new low of the day. All these icons represent all the different real-time alerts that we've got. Okay. And then if I get down to these icons, these are all the filters that we've got. So we've got a lot of them. Now, people don't have to learn them all, but the reason why we have so many is because there are all sorts of different trading styles. So that's why they tried to create as many different types of filters and real-time alerts so that, again, for the majority of our customers, they could find a way to combine them to give them the type of scan they're looking for. So that's the reason why there's no programming language to learn, but there are limitations. So what you were looking for, yeah, we can't do. All right, guys, I'm definitely interested in this CAI. I want to see what's the volume like. Well, it's 4.8 times normal. It's a big float. It's not an earnings play, so I don't know why it's down. Okay, so Jason, I don't know if you've looked at this video. This should hopefully cover it. Okay. I don't connect Brokerage Plus to. Now, is there any reason why you're trying to connect Brokerage Plus to the to IBR? Oh, wait a minute now. Are you talking about the one that they've had out, their newest beta version that's been out for a couple of years, Jason? Yeah, unfortunately, we cannot connect to it. It has to be still their, I don't know, I don't even know what they call it, their older version. We do not connect with that version. Okay, unfortunately, we just do not connect with that version. Yeah, the older version absolutely connects to it. Now, is there any reason why you're trying to connect B plus to it? Just want to understand why. You don't, and I should mention this over and over again. Trade Ideas is a scanner, and I'll get to your question in a moment, Ron. Trade Ideas is a scanner first and foremost. Okay, it doesn't matter who your broker is, you can use Trade Ideas, but we do have this wonderful little tool called external linking. External linking tool. Notice I am linked to Interactive Brokers. What that means, though, it's nothing to do with Brokerage Plus. What that means is that when I click on a symbol, any symbol anywhere, it loads into my brokerage plat, into my order entry, and from there I trade it from within Brokerage Plus. That's where I trade it. I think people get they're confused or something, thinking, well, if I don't have Interactive Brokers or Alpaca or you need Brokerage Plus in order to use Trade Ideas. No, we're a scanner first and foremost. It doesn't matter who your broker is. It's just that with many brokers, we can establish a link. And what Jason was talking about, though, is IB's, call it their latest version. I mean, it's been out for a couple of years. We cannot establish a link. Yeah, I suppose. I mean, I've just been using Interactive Brokers for so long now, and I'm just so used to trading from within it. I just never found a real need to use Brokerage Plus. You know what? I just cannot. Well, you can. I mean, you can click on a chart, I guess, and all. But again, it all depends what you're used to. And there you go. I mean, Nuclear has been using it for so long now that he's used to it. I've had Interactive Broker since 2016. So I've got 10 years with it, just trading from within. I'm not saying people shouldn't, absolutely. People want to use Brokerage Plus. I just want to make sure people understand you don't have to use Brokerage Plus in order to use Trade Ideas. That's all I'm really trying to get. Okay, Ron, Explosives Winners channel. Yeah, you know what? There's a bug here. I'm not able to load a browser interface chart. That's pretty ugly. So I've got a bug here. I don't know if it is wide, if it's for everybody. See if I just do a couple of reset connections, because I'm going to have to tell them that this just started yesterday or today. Anybody else have the same issue when you go to a channel? Most of the charts in the channels are the brokerage plus. Okay, use browser interface. If I uncheck it, I get my chart. Okay, so but if I check it now, it may be because I'm on some kind of a development version. But I can somebody just check that for me? When you go to a channel, are you getting a chart? You do. Okay. Wonder if I can switch servers. I did do my update last night. Okay. And hopefully that's not the issue. My Windows update, I did complete it. But you know what? My guess is that if I unchecked the browser interface here and then checked it again, I may not get it. How accurate? There's no such thing, Barath. Okay, you're asking about the accuracy of the AI. People use it. It's like a watch list. Okay, so it's manually traded. So your idea of getting out or into a trade might be completely different from my idea, and Sam's idea, and Adam's idea, et cetera, et cetera. So there's no way to know. So I wonder if I can switch servers. There's my connection. I'm on AWS production. See if no, I went to, so here you are. I'm test. Yeah. So I'm getting that error, but I went to the primary or production. I'm going to have to ask the guys what server they're on. Well, again, if you decide to manually trade with your with the AI signal, then okay, you get in, and then you have to manage the trade. When are you going to get out? When are you going to take some profit? Things like that. Okay, I cannot load. So Casey is one I should be in. Okay. Remember I was saying the AI has been very good at, though it's not an earnings play, is it? This Windows update, I wonder if this, because I can't do this now either. But what I'm going to do is just give me a moment. And walk is, that did it. So what I was trying to say is when you look at KC, I thought it might have been an earnings play, but you see how beautiful it is. I thought this was definitely going to be an earnings play, but it's not an earnings play. Also, got a note from Steve Gomez, and Dan's having internet issues today, so it's possible he will not be doing his YouTube thing between 12 and 1. So I can't help you, Ron. I cannot get the because in order for me to see the trade wave, I have to be on the browser-based chart right now. So let me check another server, maybe. Hmm. Okay, give me a moment. Maybe I just had to do. I had to do an account reset. Hmm. Nope. What do you think, Pepe? Do you think I have to restart Trade Ideas rather than just doing a reset connection when I change servers? Because Steve says he's on the primary and there's no problem. All right. Well, I'm going to do that. Okay. So I'm going to lose all these original, but I want to do that because I have to get to them. I hope it's not just because I did a Windows update. So give me a moment, guys. Say my layout. First of all, make sure I'm on that primary. Ah, I didn't want to do that. Ah, boy, this is all screwed up now. Thanks, Pepe, for telling me I had to restart. I wonder if it's got anything because others don't have the same issue, and I think it might be just because I'm on or that Windows update. Okay, guys. Well, I mean, I can get charts. But I really, really want the wave. How about the proxy type? I mean, I don't know anything about this. Sox 4, Sox 5. Okay, I won't mess with that then. Well, okay. I mean, I'm going to have to get rid of the browser interface, obviously. Okay, guys. Yeah, the production version. So what would I be missing though on the production version? Anyway, guys, you know what? I'm not going to let it bother me too much. Oh man, I can't even run a. So of course that this is affecting the racing too. I'm sorry, guys. I may have to just not much I can do right now. If I don't use a browser interface, it's an awful looking. Okay, guys, I am going to have to. Yeah, as Pepe said, maybe I'll download another version of Trade Ideas. So I'm gonna have to because I can't really do much. I can't run races. I've only got one scan that other than the races that I'm running. So I'm gonna maybe have to just put myself on mute for a while to try to figure this out. I'm sorry, Pepe. I just want to understand. So if I download the production version, which is it looks like quite a few months ago, will I have the browser interface and the wave? Or you're saying no, I will not. I broke up and as in terms of audio. Okay, man, maybe I should pack it in today. So my question, if you can hear me now, if I download the production version that's on our homepage, will I still have access to the wave? So I have to be on the latest beta. Okay. But the latest beta, Okay, it won't be the dev version. Okay, I see what you mean. Because I'm on a version, even though the latest beta. Okay. Well, let's see. Guys, I'm going to get rid of my screen sharing also. Okay. So screen sharing's gone too. Actually, I guess I better not because then you won't see people won't see the technical issues I'm having. They might wonder, well, why isn't there any screen sharing? Okay. Oh, Okay, guys, as you can see, I'm still having some massive issues. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to actually just reboot my computer. I don't know if that's, I'm sure that's probably not the issue, but I will reboot my computer. You saw, I don't know if Pepe, if you've been following, I flashed up the browser interface, worked briefly. Oh, good. See, watch what happens. And change the server. If for some reason it will not, keeps me on this test server. No, I'm on primary now. Well, okay. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to, I can't help you. Well, I'm on right now, I'm on the primary. I'm on the primary. That's what Steve's on. I used to be on this AWS production version forever. I'm going to just reboot my computer. I mean, I'm sure it's probably nothing to do with it, but you know what? I'm too frustrated. I can't work. Though it's interesting that this race is starting to work, and yet, and that is using the browser interface. Hmm. I'm back on the dev build now. You know what? I'm going to reboot, guys. So sorry about that. Those of you in YouTube, I'm going to have to reboot, start from scratch. What time is it now? 8:30 or 11:13. So give me a moment. I'll be back hopefully in about 5 minutes.